I think that Stephen will be fully aware that his safety's got to be immaculate. Selby knocks in long pots. It's a very strong part of his game. He can pot that one, but he doesn't have to take this one on, as it happens. Might play the percentages and try and play safe here, and that's what he's doing. Fairly negative safety, but sometimes you've got to play the containing shots. Just heard those bleeps. That was the last few seconds of the amount of time he's allowed on the shot. That's what you hear. Doesn't seem to distract the players very much when the clock ticks down.
Well, that was a questionable choice of shot. It was a difficult pot. Hendry knew the cue ball was going at that potting angle towards the baulk pocket. He was reckoning that if it didn't go in, he would be covering the red if it stopped out. What do you think about that choice, Neil?
A surprising shot. I think if we were looking at a rookie professional in his first season, we'd say that was a terrible shot. No experience, but you know, you can't say that of Stephen. It was odd that he went in off and odd that he left the red on, wasn't it? I mean, the cue ball could only go over there towards that top right hand pocket. He's been put under pressure so early in a match. Might be something to do with it.
6.
Impatient to get potting, maybe. But sometimes you do have to refuse a doubtful chance in favour of a safety.
$14. 15.
Well, he could nudge into the little cluster of 4 reds if he wants to and stay on the one below it, but he doesn't have to play that shot if he doesn't want to. And he has taken it on, knowing in full well that he was on that red. He seems very confident, doesn't he?
22. 23.
That's perfect as well. 2 reds quite close
30.
together. He's on the right hand one of them, which will open up the one below.
$31.
Probably the worst shot he's played in the break so far. Cue ball a bit close to the side cushion, which means
38.
The next red is slightly more difficult than he would have wanted. It's not really close to the cushion, but his bridge hand will be on the rail, which is not what you're looking for. It's always nice to get your hand on the table at this game.
$39.
The clip off the second red was an assist, but that was still a good shot.
Once again, Clive, you just get the feeling he's going to close out the frame here. Things can go wrong, obviously. But he's favourite to go 3-0 up without Stephen coming
44.
back to the table here.
$45.
Once again, he could just flick into the 3 reds below the pink, gently if he wishes. Well, he got into that too much, and he's played a good shot. Played that very well indeed. He didn't actually play into the 3. He played exactly
52.
what he's got here. Actually playing a red with the rest into the corner pocket. I think he also is on that middle one of the 3.
Yes, it was difficult to be sure whether
53.
he was trying to cannon the outside of the 3 reds or to go past it, but I think in his mind he was thinking, well, I've got a good shot on either way.
Often a top player will play on more than one red, especially when you know that there are plenty out in the open. You play into an area of the table rather than on one ball sometimes. And I think Mark is a really good match player. He sees all these things, studies the game hard, and again, that middle red of the 3 is still potable, and he's still on it.
$61.
So this black leaves Hendry needing 2 snookers.
It's a great start, isn't it?
68.
I mean, it's one thing to be undefeated through the group matches, the round
69.
robins. In a way, it can put more pressure on a player, thinking, well, I've not lost any games. I wouldn't want to lose in the semi-final and be knocked out. But what a start he's made.
76. $77.
Good possibility now of back-to-back centuries following his run of 110 in the last frame.
Just looking to see, I think, if the red that's directly below the pink will pot into the corner. Maybe if he gets the cue ball in a certain area, he can get on it. And that's exactly what he's tried. That looks perfect, and now you wouldn't bet against the century, would you, if this goes in? It's not an awkward ball left.
84. $85.
And the other thing, Clive, I would say here is that when he came into the league, a few people said, well, he's not going to get used to this format. He's a little bit too
92.
slow a player. He's not used one timeout yet, and we've played 3 frames.
93. $99.
This is top stuff by any standard. The applause for back-to-back centuries.
101. 103.
Yeah, I guess for anyone that hadn't really watched any of the matches so far, matches played all around the country over 10 weeks of qualifying, now you know why he finished top, because he's played like this most of the time, really.
$110.
In a way, the player who finishes top of the group has the most to lose, and the player who qualifies 4th has the most to gain. But that consideration
115.
doesn't come into play this evening. Fierce left-hand side in potting that pink. So there we have it. Mark Selby follows his break of 110 in the second frame with one of 128 to lead by 3 frames to 0.
Looking for a bit of help with the brown here. Wasn't a bad safety shot by any means, but he has still left a chance